it and more often while also helping everyone else. And I'm just like, oh, great, thanks, yay. um, so
Okay, guys.
cool. So I'm online on mine. So I'm just refreshing in that. God, that multi Twitch thing is so cool. I didn't know about this. I thought you guys were using like some like cool thing that like I had no access to, but holy hecking heck. Okay. Well, there we go. So that we can see each other's pages, do you want to do a screen share so that we can see each other live? Otherwise, we're going to be seeing each other at like what is it, like a 15-second latency or something like that?
Yeah, I do that.
Sweet. I will. Not camera. Share my screen. Yeah, and I'll just share my Streamlabs, and that way you can see everything live. It will be at a slightly lower resolution, just so it doesn't kill my computer. But there we go. And then I'll maximize this here. Ba-ba, ba-ba. There we go. And get some gloves on. I've been so excited for this. I've been so excited for this. This is my first co-stream with another mini painter. Not my first co-stream, but
really?
Yeah. So my first co-stream was with Earthisia Creations. She was doing sculpting, and I was basically like just coaching her with her painting. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much for the follow there, Big Mac. So yeah, so with a mini painter, yeah, you are my first co-stream.
Oh,
yeah.
My God. That's crazy.
I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So we've got that. Yeah. So these are the orcs I'm going to be painting.
Tonight. Thank you, Tamed Knight. How are you?
Hey, Tamed Knight. So yeah. So I don't know which models did you pick for today. So these are the little guys I picked from Cromlech. Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so nice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty big on like the third party stuff, because I really like just like supporting some of the smaller companies, and like, you know, it gives your stuff just like this extra little unique flair to it, right? So kind of like how a lot of people go with like Big Mac Workshop, who I really want to go and get some stuff from. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, those are really cool. I have a few things. I think I'm gonna be putting blood spatter on these giant guys.
Ooh, let's see what giant guys we talking
these
about.
These guys
here.
right here.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was working on them the other day, and I think they would benefit from some blood spatter. And then I don't know what else I'm gonna be doing.
Nice. Who knows? Let's find out. There's one thing I forgot that might be helpful. It's not necessary. Do you have like an old garbage toothbrush that you can use?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay.
I do.
So this is going to be one of your best friends for one of the effects that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I should make sure. Do the command that I just did. I love some of the RTLW stuff. Yes.
So good.
Oh my god. I did a big order with RTLW not too long ago. I did a new command and it's multi-stream. Here we go. So for anyone who might be lurking, go.
On just a second, I'm gonna go find my toothbrush.
Yes.
Toothbrush.
In the meantime, I'm going to start painting up these guys. So I was stuck on what colors to use for my orcs for the longest time. And then I was like, well, let's think about what I want to go with my orcs. Actually, no, I'll wait for Jenny to come back. Gotta wait for Jenny. In the meantime, I'll go over here. Ba-ba. Craft, how are you doing today? Are you streaming today? Yeah. Reach over for my paper towel. Alright, cool. Welcome back!
Okay, I got one!
Excellent!
Yeah, I had to find it. Thanks for entertaining everybody.
I did a terrible job. I
Did you?
I hummed and I was like ba 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 ba. I got awkward and nervous. It happened.
You did not! Oh my god!
Oh, I totally did. Well,
what I do
yeah, go on.
when I leave my stream to go do something,
Yeah.
usually when I don't have someone else here, I will assign people in chat to entertain everybody.
So
But it's devious though, because it actually means those people can't leave me because I've given them a job, you know.
And they have to stay, because if they quit, they don't get their severance or anything, you know. Like that's exactly how it's got to go, right? What I was gonna say is, there was one thing I was gonna share, but I was like, oh, but that's like fun orc stuff. So I should wait for Jenny to come back. I was gonna say, I was perplexed as to what color scheme I wanted to do with my orcs. Now, obviously, chaos, like just colors all over the place, is like the end goal. But there's like one color you usually kind of want to be like just a little bit more common. And so like I was like, oh man. Well, I remember like orcs have like their whole thing of like colors are really important and they all have their own meanings and stuff. Like green is best and all that stuff. And I was like, well, I want my orcs to be like clever mech people. I want them to be maybe not smart, but like for an orc smart. And then I was like going through and I was like, oh, blue is cunning. So, you know, I'm starting off with some dark blues.
So blue. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You didn't choose like pink or anything?
I'm not that cool. I'm not as cool as you, Jenny. I would love to have like at least one like. Oh, that would be a great color for a weird boy.
Yeah, I really would.
Oh man, I mean, I would love to see a collection of pink minis. I've been asked to do it at home. Be like, why don't you make more pink ones? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I want like it's not that I'm against pink. I just want like if I'm gonna do it, I want it to look great. For a little bit with my space dwarves. Because I found out about the painting pink first before you paint yellow technique, so that your yellow is more vibrant, right? It's super cool. And so like I was giving all these dwarves like pink sunglasses, and I was like, oh, it looks so good. I want to keep it, but the yellow is like really good too. Ah, this is hard. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a guy on I'm in like a Facebook. I don't know if it's Warhammer Omaha or if it's just a Warhammer 40K. No, maybe it's a Warhammer Orc Facebook group. And this guy is making an orc army for his daughter.
Okay, yeah.
Who's like little. And so everything is pink and purple.
Oh, yeah.
And amazing. And today he put up this, I think it was a scrap jet, and it was like in this teal blue color, but like the explosions were purple glitter. It was insane.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
So freaking cool. Yeah.
So
I was like, wow.
Actually, so it's not pink, but you might like this, Jenny. So in June, I'm going to be partaking in the Pride Marine what do you call it? Fundraiser for the Trevor Project. So I'm going to be painting this big old Space Marine, the non-binary flag colors, which is purple primarily, and then there's going to be accents of black, yellow, and is it white, I think? So that's going to be really fun. And I kind of want to do like the flame to be like a rainbow color. So, because I
That's
think that would be
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
I saw that. I don't really know anything about it. I think I actually saw, maybe it was you talking about it once, but should I participate?
If you want to, yeah, I can totally get you into the Discord. It's being done by Giggling Geekette. She's arranging the whole thing. But yeah, it's open to any streamer and YouTuber who wants to partake. There's a what do you call it? A Tiltify link for sending donations directly to the Trevor Project, and I'm going to be raffling off that mini at the end of June. So I'm going to paint it all month long. I'm going to paint it to the best of my abilities, and then people can buy raffles with their donations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe I should paint.
Yeah, if you want to, totally.
The best of my abilities and raffle it.
Well, and this is
I'll send it a I'm sorry note because it's not very good.
No. Okay, so honestly, I you know what? I've got to grab one of my old miniatures because I'm going to show you something, and it is intended to be like you can do anything, Jenny. Here we go. So let's go with this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, and then over here. Here we go. Okay. So I'm gonna show one of my gross minis, just as a heads up, but I painted this in 2018. So it's okay at the best. So, and make sure you can see that there. So this was 2018. Like that was my blood effect,
Wow.
And then I started painting again in 2019, and I started putting in a lot of effort to try and learn new techniques, try to like just do more than, just dry brushing. So this was just a transition of 2 years, right? But most of the leaps I made were within 3 or 4 months, so you can totally do it. Yeah, if I was able to go from this to that, 100%.
Looks really good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, someone was saying that they did they got their ear pierced. Who was that? Was that Mr. Pokemaster? Mr. Pokemaster, where did you get your ear pierced? I used to have an industrial piercing, and
what?
Oh yeah. So I used to be covered in piercings.
What?
Yeah. The only one I have left is my nose ring, because that one I think still looks really good. But yeah, no, I used to have my lips pierced. I had both my earlobes. I had an industrial. Trying to think if there's anything else I had. I think that might be it. But I was like planning on getting more.
What happened?
You have to like do extra effort to like make sure everything's clean and maintained and stuff, and sometimes like your body will just reject them. And I just got tired of it, and sometimes like my ear would just be a little bit sore, like not like painful, but just like irritated, that like slightly like swollen feeling. And I'm just like, nope, I'm done with this. I'm taking it out. The hole is still there, so like I could go back to it again. I would just have to stretch it up a little bit, but yeah.
I wore some really heavy earrings 2 days ago, and my ears hurt.
Yeah, you know what? That feeling that you have right there, that's probably like that's probably the spot right there. So like imagine that like every couple days that would just happen because maybe you slept on it funny. Because you have to leave them in at nighttime, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I never leave earrings in at night. Even my husband got me some like pretty diamond studs, and I thought I was going to be able to wear those all the time, but I cannot sleep in them. They like poke me.
Oh no.
This is so funny. My son was asking me about ear piercings like 3 nights ago, and
What?
what happens and how they work and how they heal up and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. Or like how the stretching process works. Like you just put in a slightly bigger, like piece of jewelry, and it's going to be tight. It's not going to be super comfortable, but like after a few months, like the rest of the skin around it loosens up and like adjusts to it, and then it becomes more malleable to stretch further. It's really wild. Um,
Crazy.
but yeah, so I wanted to ask some questions for you, Jenny. How did you get into this hobby? I don't think I know any of the origin of how Jenny got into orcs or painting.
But okay, well, so I I've never been into any of this stuff, right? So I was like a dumb girl, growing up and in college, and then when I first joined the Air Force, I didn't know anything. All I thought you were supposed to do was just like go on dates and
Okay,
go drinking, right?
okay, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know that you could have a hobby,
like
you know?
like an '80s cinema, like
Yes. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So then I met my husband,
Hmm.
and then I knew he played video games, but I didn't even know. Like, I had a Game Boy when I was young, and I always kind of had.
Yeah, because it was the most popular thing, because that's how you play Tetris.
Yes, that's how I played Tetris.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
And then I kind of maybe I had like a DS at one point, and then anyway. So
Whoa, that's actually really
move
cool.
your mic further away from. Move your phone. Oh my God, my phone next to it. Oh, Austin's phone's right next to it too. Austin, take our phone.
I was wondering what that sound of that static was coming from.
Oh my God, it was. I just put my phone like right next to my mic. Grim knows.
Yeah, no, no, that's there you go, there you go.
Okay, so I met my husband. I knew that he played video games. I knew that there was video games, but I didn't really know. I just thought it was like Nintendo games or like PlayStation games. And then he was playing World of Warcraft, and I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. And then I kind of figured out what that was.
Okay, okay.
And he was like one of his guild officers and played a lot of time into it. And I didn't really know. And I was like, well, whatever. Um,
And this is where the
but
guild officer thing comes from. Got it?
it is,
Yes.
yeah, because I'm like fascinated. And then, but it was like, okay, cool. I didn't know anything about it. Okay, cool. And then I couldn't really get into it with him because he was so much better. Like, I couldn't start playing WoW with him because he was just too advanced, you know? And so then it was after our son was born. We'd been together for maybe like 2, 3 years. He decided he wanted to get into Warhammer, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is my chance! We can play something together from the ground level."
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm really excited to hear that, because that's a lot of like there's a lot of cool things and levels to that. So I'm really excited to hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So he's like, "Oh, let's play," and I was like, "Well, yeah, okay, I'll totally play. I don't know what it is, but if you're going to be learning it too, we can learn it together." Oh my God, you just got a raid!
I did. I'm just trying to I'm trying to type to them right now.
Ooh,
so
Sentinel minis! OMG!
So Sentimental Minis. Right now, I'm doing a co-stream right now with Jenny Joyo. So you guys can hear her on my stream. But if you follow the link that I just sent you guys over there, you'll be able to watch both of us at the same time. Probably want to mute one of us, otherwise your ears are not going to be happy with the echo and all that. But yeah, that's so awesome. Thanks for the raid, guys. So okay, he was getting into Warhammer, and you wanted to be like, yes, I'm gonna join in, and we're gonna be equals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can have like a hobby together. And he totally was on board. He wanted me to play too.
Oh, I bet that I
Um,
bet he was thrilled. I bet he was thrilled. I know I would have been.
so he chose Space Wolves, and
Okay.
I chose Dark Eldar.
Oh, so orcs weren't the first.
No, because Dark Eldar, like they were so cool looking, right? Like their ships and like the Reavers and all that stuff.
They're
So,
super edge lords. It's pretty cool.
oh my God, it's
Ed-
Sentimental Minis. Thank you. Cheers.
I think edgelords can be cool. It's a cool aesthetic. I like it. I know that like every time I get into something for the first time, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be like dark and gritty, and then like progressively as I go on, I'm like, I'm gonna be an idiot. I want to be one. Let's just go. So like, so well, no, talk about how I got into the hobby when you're done. So yeah, so you start off with Dark Eldar. Okay,
Yeah, because they were cool looking.
they are. Yeah.
And but our son was around like almost 2 at that point. So we didn't realize how much time we would want to spend and how much time we didn't have to
Hold,
devote to it. So we did it for about a year, I think.
hold on. So
And
when
we
he was
were
2, so this was it 8 years ago?
That was like 8 years ago. Yep.
Oh my god, you've been playing Warhammer
No.
almost as long as I have. Yeah.
No. So we
Yeah.
played it for about a year. We painted, we played, we would go to our game shop and play games on Warhammer Night, get a babysitter, go play games. And then he went on a deployment. We put the
Mhm.
stuff up and then we just didn't bring it back out again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As a lot of hobbies do, right? Like
Yeah.
that's pretty common with most hobbies. Like a lot of people will play like something like Magic the Gathering, get super into it, and then they're like, dump it off. So
Yeah.
okay, well that's so
We didn't
cool.
play. Yeah. So we didn't play, but then the problem I loved painting and I
Yes.
loved the hobby part of it. I was really intimidated by all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd never played anything. I'd never played like the craziest board game I'd ever played was like Monopoly or like Risk or something,
Yeah.
So I was like just kind of blown away by that. But so we put Warhammer away, but
Mm-hmm.
we started playing a ton of board games.
Okay. Yeah. 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 There was a huge resurgence in board games like over the last 6 years, like massive boom in them. So that makes sense. Yeah.
It's crazy. So we started out with like Pandemic, like the original
Oh, so
Pandemic, and
fun.
like Ticket to Ride,
Yeah.
and all these like like really entry level games. And from then we just kind of my husband's always played those games, but like introducing me to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as Austin was old enough, like he's like a 5-year-old, and we're playing Pandemic with him because
I
we need a
love
third
that. I
person.
love that so much. I mean, you could play a two-player, but it sucks. Like when you're playing two-player. I mean, so I have like my actual education and degree is in game design, and so like to
No
make
way.
yeah, that's what I went to college for 3 years. So when making a game that's like for board games and stuff, like it's really hard to make one that is as fun a two player as it is like when there's four players. It is so difficult. So yeah, so I totally get that feeling of like this game's really fun, but like if there's only two of us, it's just going back and forth, and there's, like the joy is not there.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So like we were playing all those, and then like started to get it, like going from small rule books to like giant rule books,
Mm-hmm.
and like I really felt like I advanced in what I could play and what I could understand. And then like last summer, like our son just kept looking at the Warhammer stuff at the game shop, and then so they were going to get into it. They were going to get back into it, and I had started streaming just video games and stuff. And they're like, "Well, just do it with us. We really want you to do it with us." And I was like, "Okay, I'll paint with you guys. I'll play." So then from there, we just kind of all three of us have kind of just fallen back in love with it. Austin loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we paint more than we play Warhammer. But I told them this weekend we're playing Warhammer this weekend
I like that
because
so much.
I think we can do the rules now. Like my son and I played one skirmish game, and we both did a really great job of like navigating the rule books and everything.
I like that. So so enjoying the hobby of painting and the craft part more than gaming. I understand that so much. So I started barely before you did in getting into Warhammer. I was checking out Warhammer 40k during, I think 5th edition had just come out, so this was like 2010, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe probably around 2008. So I tried getting into it. I played with a friend because a friend was like super into it. He really, oh, sorry, she now, she. So she was super into it, and you know, it was, I was having a fun time, but I was really only having fun when I was playing with her and her other friends, right? Because like the game's rules were like just, I did not understand them. Oh, thank you for the follow there. I did not understand them whatsoever, because it would be like, okay, cool, so I rolled a hit, makes sense. And it's like, okay, now you have to roll to penetrate the armor. I was like, oh, okay, I rolled to penetrate the armor. Okay, now they have to roll to see if they take any wounds. Oh, didn't it penetrate the armor? Doesn't that mean they have wounds? Like, and they're like, okay, and now some of, like, this unit has a regeneration save, and oh, this one has an invulnerability save. And I was like, oh my god. And it's like, and now let's go into template weapons. And I'm like, oh no, I'm done. I'm just gonna paint my Tyranids, and I'm gonna have them look like fun little monsters, and I'm going to enjoy it. That's how it went for me, right? And then so years later, I got super into Dungeons and Dragons, and so I was like, oh, well, I see people paint with minis sometimes. Oh, so I can go back into painting minis again, because like I had completely abandoned my Tyranid army that I had for years, right? And so when after that, oh, thank you for the follow there. Oh, I do not have Mr. Pokemaster. There we go. I can read. So yeah, so I started painting for that, and then I started getting into the streaming community, because I was just painting mostly RPG stuff that like I could use for a board game, things like that. And after hanging out, I was seeing all these people playing Warhammer again, and I was like, oh, Warhammer, I remembered that. I had my fling with Warhammer. And I was like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, but the models are cool. Oh, but they're expensive. Oh, but there's third-party stuff. Ooh, and oh, but the rules are complicated. Oh, but there's this game called one-page rules called Grim Dark Future. And that was like a rules light version of Warhammer, kind of like how 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons is to what do you call it? To like 3rd edition, which was like super rules crunchy. Like it was like smooth peanut butter versus crunchy peanut butter. Personally, I like my peanut butter crunchy, but that's when peanut butter is not a metaphor. So it's so interesting to hear someone else have that kind of similar experience.
Yeah, I think I can do the rules now. What is this Grimdark thing? I've never heard of it before.
I'm so happy that you asked. So, because I always try to talk to people about Grimdark Future. So basically, it's a free-to-play fans rule base that the intention is to simplify all the rules as much as possible, so that there's more time gaming and less time checking rules, checking the codexes, yada yada, right? So like the entire army is like 2 pages. It's condensed. There's no fluff. But like the entire army, 2 pages. And you can check everything. There are no template weapons, so there's no like trying to see if something fits underneath. Like a flamethrower, it's like, yeah, it attacks 6 times. You can pick 6 different targets, and that's how a flamethrower works. And there's no invulnerability saves. One army like might have regeneration, but really it's just hit, does it do damage? That's like there's no like 3-4 rounds of rolling, because it's not the rolling of the dice that's fun. The rolling of the dice is suspense. It's a slight randomizer, but that's not the core fun, right? So that's how that works. Failing morale isn't like the entire unit is dead now, and obviously it's not like that in Warhammer. But like back when I played, if you lost morale check, that entire unit is basically like done. Like they're screwed. There's no coming back for them. So for me, I look at one-page rules and I'm like, where have you been my entire life? So I can send you a link to it later if you want. You can check it out.
So yeah, that may be a good alternative for us.
Because like one of the challenges, and you know, you can't go into like any kind of Warhammer community without hearing people, you know, having issues with, you know, the latest edition, or like this army is nerfed, the game's not balanced, yada 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 yada. I'm not going to go over all of that because you know you go into a forum or a Reddit or something and you're going to hear people talking about it.
Yeah.
So I really like one-page rules.
I wanted to devote time to Warhammer. I would rather devote more time to painting. Yeah. But I also have a ton of board games I still want to play. So
the nerd dilemma. I know it too well. And Kickstarter is a dangerous place.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh, this is really cool. Oh wow, it only costs $500 and I get 10 boxes of stuff.
Oh my god. I don't know. We got the Zombicide 2. It got delivered like a couple weeks ago. There was so many things in it.
So many. Well, and it goes from, oh man, there's so many cool minis to, there's so many minis. When am I going to find the time to paint all of these? It's a very fast transition.
I have an idea for Zombicide too, though.
Oh, yeah.
So my son has 2 friends that come over that kind of play board games with us. Their parents don't really play, but they'll come over and play with us.
Oh, child labor.
So I was like, we've got... they've never painted minis, but there's so many of those Zombicide minis in there. I'm like, hey, if I set them up and maybe hover just enough, they can maybe get interested in it and paint. Because who cares what a zombie looks like?
Oh yeah, no, like messing up a zombie. So like Jenny does all the player characters, and Mr. Joyo, and then I don't know his name, so I'm sorry. I know I've heard it many times. I'm so bad with names.
Zombies are zombies. That's funny, yeah.
But yeah,
Matt says child labor. That's the way to go.
Exactly, yeah. You know, it's okay. Also, Zombicide is super fun. I love that game so much. I
had never played it until we got the Kickstarter. The guys had played it, but I hadn't played it.
Oh, it's so fun. It's simple. Really, it's straightforward. You know, there's a little bit of like, there's risk and reward, so there's a little bit of anxiety, but like when you go to like do something that's a little risky and it pays off, it like there's that reward feeling, that like slight bit of adrenaline. I haven't played the 2nd edition. I almost backed it because I saw there was an RPG that went along with it, and I was like, role-playing game. But then, you know, the pandemic hit, and I was like, ooh, there's like all these costs. Ooh, I kind of have to stock up on food right now. Ooh,
oh no,
I have to not do this right now. So I had to pass. So like, what's worse though is because I did pay for the initial like the $1 just so I could like get my foot in the door. Which meant I got all the emails and I got to see all the things I was missing.
No.
Like the 3D printed cars. Oh my god, the cars. Did you get the cars, Jenny? Tell me you got the cars.
Oh, I didn't know anything about the cars.
Yeah, there's a car. This is why I say like.
Did you get the STLs for them, or just like the actual?
I think like they 3D printed them and they send it off with you. Maybe there is an STL. I don't know. I have no idea.
If Mr. Joyo comes in here, I'll ask him.
If he doesn't like that name, you can blame me.
I think that's what Walter's Workshop calls him.
Mr. Joyo. I love it. Well, okay, because I got nicknamed Marshmallow Minis because my name was misread once, and then it was like, yep, this is it forever.
Canvas called you.
Yes. A streamer that we both spend time and hang out with. Freaking, oh my gosh, so talented. So it's Hey It's V. She does sculpting of Pokemon fusions, but what she originally was doing is she is a award-winning cake artist. Um, yeah. So like super high energy stream. Everything's like positive vibes and like super cutesy to the nines.
But I love it.
Yeah, so I would totally recommend checking it out another time. I can PM you or Twitch page. But
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's Commander Mark. Hello, I am Jenny, and this is Jenny Joyo, and this is Mellow Minis,
Hey yo.
who you're listening to. I am painting Warhammer 40k orcs.
And I am painting
Well,
some
paint.
Cromlech orcs, which are totally proxies for Warhammer 40k.
Very cool. Yeah, the guys I'm gonna blood splatter are from Cromlech too.
I love their stuff. I really, really love their stuff. It's got like such a it I think part of what I love about orcs is it looks like when you look at all their stuff, it looks like they live in a junkyard. And I'm there for it. Like it's like they took everyone else's scraps and they made something cool out of it.
Oh my gosh, though, like all the details on the Cromlech guy,
It's a little overwhelming. It's just a little
really,
bit.
really is. I was so excited that I got into it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then my husband always likes to tell me I need to highlight everything in different colors. Like if I have a rifle, he's like, "Oh, you should make this a different metal and this a different metal." I'm like, "Dude, I don't have time for that." Like
You could tell
too much
him.
stuff.
You could tell him it's my mini. Excuse me. I'm gonna be happy. I am all for that. I think the hobby has a little bit too much of you need to do it this way. You need to do it this way. I'm just like, nope, nope. You go away. I'm gonna Bob Ross this, and it's gonna make me happy. I'm gonna paint a happy little. orc.
Yeah. I'm like, it makes me happy just to not touch every single detail.
I'm gonna see if I can try and find it. One of these on the wire, I found like duct tape. Like the orcs were using duct tape to like make their
What?
wires go on. And I'm trying to see if I can find it. If I can find it, I don't know which one it was, but like there was a clear
so
like strip like that was across a wire, and it was just slightly raised. And I was like, duct tape. I love it. It makes me so happy. Here we go. I'm gonna paint it right now so you can see it. It's right here. It's using duct tape. That's like too small for my camera to really see.
God.
Yeah, it's just right there.
That's hilarious.
It looks like the exposure's a little too high. I'm gonna just adjust that.
Oh,
There we go.
Shiro. So Shiro's gonna walk me through some airbrushing techniques.
Oh, I love Shiro Senpai. How's it
Yeah.
going, buddy? Yeah, fellow
I'm gonna ask
Canadian.
him. Everybody's Canadian.
Yeah,
Except for me.
it's over in Montreal. You're going to have had 3 Canadians.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Uniballer or Ted Paints Minis wants to do a stream too, and he's from Niagara Falls. I was like, what is up with this? That's it, guys. I'm moving to Canada. It doesn't matter.
It's a great place. You know, everyone will
All my friends
welcome
are
you.
there.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like I give a couple people like I pester Valley Dweller about it. I'm like, you hang out with all these British Columbian streamers. Like, there's so many of us over here.
Yeah. It's gonna be Valley Dweller's fault.
Yeah. Blame Jeremy.
I try to blame everything on Valley Dweller.
He's a good guy. He's a big old sweetheart.
Yeah, he's like my big brother. I just try to like bother him about everything.
Here, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna grab a glass of water, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so Shiro, it's this one. I couldn't remember. I know I had both of these kits, and I couldn't remember which one because I didn't remember their names. But so WAAGGH. Okay, we can. Yeah, message me whenever you want to work on it. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Everybody else, I'm not ignoring you. It was a really fun conversation. What's up, Agu? Commander Severo, hi. I saw you streaming earlier. Wait, where'd you get? That's a really pretty derpicorn. Oh, is it from Brush for Hire? Oh, it's really nice. I really like. Oh! Aragon Shark. Sorry, I can't even. What's up, Shark? How are you? Haven't seen you in a minute. Alpha Gigi, hi. Alpha Gigi. I don't know if we've chatted before. What's up, Commander Mark? Sorry I couldn't welcome you right when you got here. But yeah, the co-streams are a tad bit hard when you're like right in the middle of a conversation and then something cool happens in your chat and you're like, so I'll get you guys. We'll have to give it a second.
I'm back. It's definitely hard to like both be engaged in the conversation while also, keeping up with your chat. I feel like if you're gonna be fully engaged, it's gonna be like one or the other. It's difficult to do with both.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but it comes with the co-streaming territory, I think, instead of it's more focused on like our conversation.
Yeah, it's getting to know each other, our fellow streamers and stuff. Like, what do you do? Tell me a bit about your history. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Oh, hey, we have this thing in common. Da 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 da. Exactly. We say the da 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 da. Like that's
yeah.
Of course.
So what is your setup in your studio? Because we're streaming early because of a lighting issue.
Oh, so I work in my office, my house office. 2 of the walls are pure window. And so I usually end up utilizing a lot of the daylight because my lighting, despite I do have lighting, I have 2 additional lights on me right now. It's at nighttime, the camera just like does not participate with me whatsoever. So like it's kind of a bummer, but thank you for coming online an extra 2 hours early. I do appreciate that a great deal.
Oh no, yeah.
I recognize that you've got your stuff going on and you made an accommodation, so I have to give you a proper thank you for that.
Oh, I was like talking to my husband. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's some weird cool thing he has going on. I'm gonna tell you something funny.
Yes.
So we were painting the last time we were painting, and then this time when we started painting again, we were not painting with any extra lighting. We would paint at the dining room table, and all we had was like the dining room overhead light, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I started streaming, and I was like, man, I can't really see anything. Like I would go into the darker computer room and start painting, and I would get done and come out, and I'm like, oh my god, like I wasn't even inside the lines on this stuff.
Yeah.
So he got me a light, and I couldn't even believe I'd been painting in the dark that whole time.
Oh, and it makes a huge difference too, right? Because like you'll do something and you're like, oh, this looks really good, and then you'll walk out, and like as soon as like brighter lights hit, it's like this looks like butts. I painted nothing but butts.
It's so ridiculous. We have 2 lights now. We need to pick up a 3rd one because my son was putting together a mod. I don't know what you were putting. Oh, he got the Age of Sigmar, the dinosaur guys.
Oh, cool.
The Sephrons. He was putting those together, and I was like, man, you're in the dark. He's like, no, it's fine, Mom. I'm like, no, you just don't know. Like, you need a light. So I took my light.
No, you don't know.
You don't know.
Then you don't have a light.
Oh, what a cutie. Oh, goodness. Oh, jeez.
So do you have kids?
Do I have which?
You have kids?
No, I do not.
No. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, cool.
That it is something that was in the talks, and then a pandemic happened, and we're like, ooh, don't really want to be anywhere near a hospital if we can avoid it.
No way.
Yeah, exactly. like I know some people who did have kids during the pandemic, and I'm just like, whew, man, I am like I would just be
I'll be right back.
constant anxiety all the time. Yep, yep, no worries.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Be right back. Okay. Let me go get something to eat. Okay, bye.
Oh, it was the young one that was saying they'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I thought that was you saying that you were going to be right back.
No.
I'm kind of like absorbed in like my orc right now, so I'm not really looking up. And I was just like, yeah, okay, you do your thing. I understand. I'm just not exciting enough.
The my son is 11.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
And he asked Zeneku. Oh, what's up, Zeneku? I saw you the other day. He asked. I told him he could be in the room today because it was going to be a very family-friendly, no cussing stream.
Yeah.
So normally I don't let him in here.
Jenny, you are wonderful in all ways, but you swear like a trucker.
I do.
Yeah.
The joy of painting minis. Cheers! Thank you so much for the follow. I get real excited. So.
Well, I mean, I get it. Like, okay, so like I normally also in my day-to-day life curse like a trucker, but like I've got a lot of friends who so I originally started streaming like just as a way with hanging out with my friends. And like some of my friends do have kids. And so I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll make sure that I keep things family friendly, so you don't have to have headphones on. You know, my one friend, he's got three, really small kids, and you know they get lonely and stuff. And you know, it's like, okay, well, because I babysit them sometimes, and so it's like, well, this way I can be on the speaker, and they get to hear someone else's voice. Not that I particularly am special in any way. It's just like I get it, right? And so that was that. My brain is trying to catch up with what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so I just keep things family friendly. That was how that happened.
It's not a big deal. I also think it's kind of people seem to get a pretty big kick out of it because I'm pretty like sweet and the sound of my voice it makes people laugh when I do cuss.
I think it is part of the Jenny brand, and I would never ask for you to change it. Like,
telling somebody, I was like, no, like I go to work every day and I'm an adult and I don't use language, so.
No, I totally get it, right? Because like one of my
really funny.
One of my best friends is like super cutesy all the time, says heck all the time, and then like she'll just be like, ah, heck. And like that's kind of like where I grabbed that, like I borrowed that from, because like anytime I'm saying heck, I guarantee you the first word that came to my mind was not heck. So like I'm just like, ah, heck all the time. But then like other times she'll be upset about something and she'll be like, ah, effing beep balls, and I'm just like, whoa. And she's like, what? And I'm like, nothing at all, you just keep doing you. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do the pink hack because this is not cooperating. Stupid yellow. Let's see here we go.
So what's wrong with it?
So the issue with like yellow paint is you can see like as you apply it, like it gets super streaky. So
okay.
I don't know the full explanation as to how or why this works, but apparently part of the reason that it's so transparent like that has to do with blue. So if you use pink underneath the yellow, that acts as a filter, keeping any blue light from going through. And so when you apply the yellow over top of it, it is much more it's much more yellow. So I'm gonna try this here. God. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I think it's super cool. I guess like the first.
It's really.
Yeah, I'll leave this one here so we can look at in comparison afterwards. But I remember like the first time I was being told that, and I'm like, no, my brain does not accept that. There's no way that works. So So I'll see if I can get this to work.
I know I've heard about it and I've done it because my husband will then stand over my shoulder and just keep telling me to put pink on first until I do it. But I didn't know why I was doing it.
Yeah, apparently it has to do with blue somehow. I don't know how or why. I do not work in science or light. Well, I guess I work in light, but not in the science of light. You know what I mean. Yeah, man, and now I gotta like just wait for the pink to dry. I'm so impatient. I don't want to.
I can't. Odd colors. My first time here, and it feels like I was just greeted by like a 10-year-old girl. What?
My first
That's
time
funny.
feels like-
All right. Whatevs.
Hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, no. What was I gonna say? So orcs. How did you get into orcs?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so painting those dark Eldar,
Yeah,
they're very serious. Like
they're moody. They're super moody.
yeah. And I was trying to and I wanted to keep it like those dark Eldar, they're like black and they have a lot of turquoise edge highlighting and stuff, and that's what I was going for. But then I got bored and I was like, okay, well I'll do some pink and purple edge highlighting. And then I was always like, man, I picked the wrong one. That's what I kept telling. I was like, you picked the wrong one, Jen. You can't have any fun with this.
It's
With
they're really weird. Sorry for cutting off there, just but like
no,
there's so many bright colors, and yet they're all so moody. Like
really. So then I was thinking about maybe Sisters of Battle because they're just like really pretty. And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna do orcs because I can do whatever I want with orcs, and nobody cares.
It's so good. So I love the Sisters of Battle so much. Oh man. Okay, so here we go. So I tried doing one coat of yellow on black, and then this is me trying to do one coat of yellow on pink. It's like I know you were saying that you do it too. It's just this is more for like anyone else who hasn't seen this before. But like it's so yellow. Whoops. Oh well, that's okay. I can just paint over the yellow. But like it's so vibrant. Like I don't understand. I know the how. I don't know the why.
It really is. I mean, it was very streaky, and then that other one is just like popping like crazy. It's insane.
It's really cool. It's my favorite thing. Every time I do it, I'm like, I'm a wizard. I'm a color wizard.
Good night, Big Mech Dan Skull. I will talk to you later.
Oh, you're heading off.
Hanging out.
Thanks for coming in and checking out, what we're working on, and thanks for the follow, Big Mac. Lovely to see you. I'm familiar with your stuff from both Jenny and Earhawks and. Who else? Make It Orky. I've seen Big Mac stuff a lot. Oh, it's so cool. I love. Okay, so I'm gonna nerd out about Big Mac stuff now that Big Mac's not here. Big Mac's orc space marines just make me grin ear to ear. The ones that look like they're pretending to be space marines. Every time I see them, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love it. Or like all the trucks, like that, or like the ones that are like, we're Imperial Guard. Like, just I love that so many of them are like, we believe we're this, and it's just, yeah, orc space marines. Okay, Commander Mark, I'm gonna go pull this up. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. Jenny can keep going.
I haven't seen this.
You haven't?
No, I'm really excited now.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab Big Mac Workshop. Where? No. How come I? How do you spell it? Big Mech's Workshop? What is the actual proper website? Here we go. I see the Twitter. The Twitter's gonna have the link. How come I...
Jerk Cola, what's the story behind the rainbow squigs? Is it a commission or just why not? Oh, well, yes, it is a commission for my son. He painted them red. This was the first box of Warhammer he picked. I think this is Age of Sigmar, too. He picked up these squigs and painted them red and then decided that he wanted to paint Tyranids instead of squig guys. So he gave them to me and asked if I could paint them rainbow colors.
Am I thinking of somebody else? Am I thinking of Gear Guts Mech
Well,
Shop?
I thought, well, what I meant by rainbow was like each be like rainbowy, but I still really like.
Oh,
that.
you want every single one to have all the colors of the rainbow on it?
That's what I thought, but
Oh,
I do
no, I
really
can't
like
do
the
that.
way you did it.
I'm doing it the easy way.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of people doing crazy stuff with orcs.
I got mixed up with Big Mech and Gear Guts Mech Shop. That's what
Oh
happened.
my
And I'm sure you can understand why.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gear Guts Mech Shop with the Space Marine orcs. I'm going to post them in here. I saw Commander Mark was asking about it. Here we go. So they're the Crusader orcs, and they all look like they're in like Terminator armor or like
Oh no.
Space Marine armor. Yeah, it's so cool.
Cute! Oh my god. A crusader?
Yeah,
God.
it's great.
Oh, I love these so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can. Oh, and you can buy them. Okay.
Yeah, you can get them
This
as
is probably gonna be-
STLs, or you can get them mailed to you.
Oh, we're doing this. They're adorable.
Yeah, and you guys got your.
But then that goes in,
Oh, go on.
that goes into the lore of like, I mean, if they do believe they are space marines,
They're gonna be as tough as trucks. Yep. It's gonna be so cool. Alright, so I am like figuring this out as I go along. I have no idea how I'm gonna paint this thing up, but we're gonna try and make it work. I don't even know if this is the right shade of blue I want to do. Do you ever have that where it's like, I think I have an idea, but like it's not very well planned out, and I'm just gonna like just paint until something happens, until I like something.
oh my god, that's like every speed paint I participate in.
That speed paint like made me anxious. I was like, the last one I was partaking in with you guys, the Plague Marine one. So oh my god, I have to tell you about this. So because you guys were saying like, yeah, we're gonna use the blind box ones, and I was like, awesome. So I went to like I ordered some, and I had like the shipping expedited because I really wanted to make sure that like it came in on time. And it was like, yeah, like 5 business days. I was like, yeah, that should be good. That should be good. It was coming in from Ontario. It came in 6 business days and arrived the day of the thing. And I was like, well, I can't assemble these and prime them right beforehand. And like it was like 2 hours like beforehand, and I was just like, I was not a happy camper.
You were not doing. You did something.
I did. So what I did was I used my my Dark Imperium ones, which were like a little bit more precious to me, just ever so slightly, because it's impossible to get that box now. So like I speed painted one of those. It turned out all right. It didn't turn out bad. I liked how it turned out, but I was like,
Oh, here it is. Okay.
so sad.
Oh yeah. No, this guy looks great.
It turned out well. It did turn out well,
Yeah.
but I was very
Yeah.
sad that I didn't get to use like the proper blind box ones, because I wanted it to be like
Yeah.
as on point. I'm like, well, this is what the speed painting guild master said, and so I have to abide, or else I'm going to get court-martialed.
Yes, you will. That's what I. That's my sole job.
Yep, exactly.
In my guild, I declared that I was the ruler of.
I know. There have been so many times people are like, "Yeah, Jenny's the guild leader," and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is she, or did she just say she is, and no one said otherwise? I don't know the history of the guild.
The history is that we started out painting an orc.
Yeah.
It was actually Belmont's idea that we should paint an orc.
Okay, yeah.
And Walter's workshop was dead set on, this is a showcase, this is not a competition.
Yeah.
So we went through, and then nobody would really say who won that first month of the speed paint, and it was just us. It was the 6 of us doing it. So I was like, "F it, I won!" And my whole chat, I told them to think that I won too, and then by orc law, I won. Right? Yeah.
That's so on brand. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like,
it's
yeah.
their fault for choosing orcs to begin with. So, I mean, I won. So, I am now the ruler, the guild master, high chiefess, or something.
I was gonna say, like, it's their fault for I'm broken. That's too good. I love it. That's brilliant. Oh my god.
So did you do the month before? Or did you just practice? Did you hang out for the?
Mostly with the Plague Marine one, because I already
Plague Marine?
had
Okay.
all the Plague Marines. Because because if you remember too, like I was mentioning, like I had to take like time off for that, just because like I work night shifts, right? So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So the reason I'm here is because I actually do Asia Pacific hours. So I work Monday to Friday in Asia.
Oh, that's weird.
It's definitely different, but like I am not a morning person. I have worked night jobs for the last, good God, 6 years, I think, maybe. It doesn't work out for me doing morning, like, because the thing is, like, I'm pretty low energy. Like, I'm a very much like spending time going out, like that eats up my basically my energy reserves. So going and doing my job and then coming home and having to do chores, errand, grocery shopping, laundry, dishes, all that stuff doesn't work with me. I cannot do it. But if I do those things first and then I go do my job, I'm okay.
Do you know Lana?
Lana? Who's Lana?
Lana Sid. She just rated me with a party of 8.
Oh!
She is from the UK.
Ooh.
And I don't know if she paints. She's a friend of Hobby Time with the Heelys.
Well,
and Verdi
hello.
Cakes. Yeah. Thank you for the raid, Lana. Oh my god, you were killing me with your Instagram this week. I can't even. She, like, I don't know if it's cosplay or just, I think in my head she just normally wears like fairy type outfits. Like she's like
yes.
a woodland fairy.
Yes.
And then she goes out and does these photo shoots and it's just insane.
I love it.
So I just imagine she just goes about her life in the UK in these outfits. I assume that's what she does.
So she says she has painted 3 minis. What minis have you painted, Lana?
I'm just a swamp hag in life.
Just a swamp hag?
What are those ladies who, like, is it the sirens who are like really ugly hags, but they like lure people into them because they're like so.
They sound.
Is it the sirens or something? Yeah. That's what it is. It's hers. Is her siren song is her Instagram page. Okay, that's ridiculous. Okay.
There we go. Hey, Agusaku. Sorry I missed your messages there. I just sent you in a link for the multi-stream, so feel free to come and hang out with me and Jenny here. That's awesome. I love. Okay, so, yeah, no, I love the whole witch thing. Like, I myself do not partake, but like when people are like, "I am a witch," I'm like, "Yes, you are. Yes, you absolutely are." And I want to know about all your magic potions and all that other stuff.
Oh my god, I haven't even. Oh, maybe she is. No, I don't. Who knows?
I found another duct tape and it makes me happy.
Oh my gosh. So I painted an Elven Mage mini from Monstrous Makings. I painted a Griffin Hound, and I painted a Cleric Doggo.
Oh, that's exciting.
Spoiler, I am a witch. Do you play D&D? I think she plays D&D.
I was gonna ask if she plays D&D because of the dog cleric and the like painting 5 minis sounds like painting her D&D characters. Which, oh my god! By the way, I have to ask all about. Never played. Ooh, just enjoys it for the fun of it. I like it. Jenny, you were playing Call of Cthulhu. Was this your first time
God.
playing, or is it like?
Yes.
How did you love it? Did you love it?
Oh my god, I'm in love with Call of Cthulhu.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
You can see how confident I am that you would love it. I'm just like, yeah, no, you loved it, right? Yes, because it is a cool game. It is so cool.
Okay. So I've never played an RPG before.
Really? This was your first?
Never.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Well, okay, I have. We rolled up D&D characters, and the 3 of us were going to try to play together, with my husband being the DM and also a character.
Okay.
But it just wasn't enough people. Oh my god! Synapsis War Games! Oh, cheers! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you! Oh, you guys, if you don't follow Synapsis War Games, if you speak Spanish, you should totally go follow him anyway, but if you speak Spanish, you totally should follow him. I forgot what I learned that was LOL. I was watching him one day, and it's all in Spanish, and the chat's in Spanish. So I just kept like picking out words I saw a lot of and like Googling them and having Google translate them for me.
I've definitely been there and done that. One of my favorite sculptors on Twitch is he's Brazilian, if I recall correctly. So he would speak Portuguese. That's it. But he does speak English, and oh my god, the minis he sculpts, I need to commission him one day. He is so freaking good. It's Rayoni Arts, if you've seen him online. He usually streams at late night.
Yeah. I usually watch, and Synapsis is like just pulling random things from outside and like basing these things like crazy. I don't know what he's doing. His stuff is amazing.
I love that. I was gonna ask.
Jot. That was it. JAJA.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's ha. Oh, I get it.
I love that. I love that so much.
That was really funny. I'm the worst.
Oh yeah, so Call of Cthulhu is what we were talking about. That's right. So I have the books. I want to play. I've never played it. So you are more steeped into it than I am right now.
Oh my gosh. It was so good. Like, okay, so I didn't know how to play D&D.
Yeah.
And I'm coming from just like board games. So we go to the first like room, and there's some skeletons, and my husband's like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "What are my possible actions? Where's my card telling me what my actions are?"
Yeah. Not how it works.
You don't have that.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't know what to do. And then I was playing a cleric, and I don't know. 95 cheers! Thank you so much for the follow. And so I don't even know what a cleric really is. I've never read a lot of fantasy, so I don't even know. So we were playing Call of Cthulhu, and I'm just a regular girl. She's very dumb because her intelligence was like 40.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, oh, good, easy. And then she was really pretty, and I was like, okay, I got this. And they're like, okay. And then she's like randomly super strong, and I'm like, I'll be a bartender. And then the DM said, the DM was like, okay, it's 1930s Berlin, and we're gonna be moving around some like movie film circles, some movie sets and stuff. I'm like, well, I'll be an actress. I'm a bartender. I'll be an actress. That makes sense. So that's all I had to do. Like, I didn't have to do anything else. I was just like, I was like a dumb girl, and I'm like, I got that.
Oh my god.
I can do that character.
I will say so. My favorite kind of character, so to play in like Dungeons and Dragons, and I was kind of like alluding to this earlier. Was like, yeah, no, like start off as an edgelord, and then like, no, I just want to be dumb. I want to be really stupid, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing it. My bachelor party, we did a one shot, and I was like, all right, I am a half orc barbarian paladin named Bachelor, and my intelligence is 8. You're like the average character might have like an intelligence of 12, 10. Like it's the scales for like from like 3 to 20, and I was like, nope, dumb. I want to be dumb. And so when there was like a zombie that was like trying to break out of a coffin, and like people were doing funeral rites, and like I just ran in, axe swinging, killed the zombie, and people were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, my name is Bachelor, and I am Slayer of Bob. Because the guy's name was Bob. And so for the rest of the game, every time like people were talking about zombies, I was like, I hear you have a Bob problem. You may have heard of me. Slayer of Bob. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, so tell me about how the mechanics went for your guys's Call of Cthulhu game, because all I know about it is like there's a buttload of skills, and at the end of the game you find out if you leveled up the skills that you used during that session, and the more you used it, like there's like a higher and higher chance of like it going up progressively. That's all I know about it.
Oh, okay. So this was just a one shot.
Okay.
So it was, and we did it over 2 sessions. But my husband was telling me when I used a skill, I rolled really great on that skill. He told me to mark it, because then before the next one, I would, what you just said, I would like improve that skill.
Yeah, I thought that was the coolest part about it. Like, you get better at it by using it more often, and you're going to get
really
better
cool.
and better, and you're going to be more incentivized to use it. I think that's like the coolest way of doing it.
You don't win Call of Cthulhu, you just go insane last. That's what Grimforge just said. No, that's true.
That is.
None of us won.
Yeah.
We had a party of, I think maybe there was 5 of us. Maybe, yeah, 5 of us. 3 of us died, and 2 of us were very insane, and then spent the rest of our lives kind of dealing with everything that had happened to us.
Agusaku, which Call of Cthulhu board game was it that you played? Was it what is it? There's Eldritch Horror, and then there's Arkham Horror, I think. And there's a whole bunch of them. They are tough games. Like, your character is squishy. Like, you do not fight like a lot of things. Usually, fighting results in your character dying. It's like, cool, you got shot with a gun. You're dead. Like getting a gun is like
a game that Call of Cthulhu based. Oh man, Mansions of Madness.
Yeah. So that one has a lot of cool minis. That's all I know about that one.
It does have a lot of cool minis.
And it's a big box.
Oh, do you already get the minis thing?
No.
I heard something. Do you want to minis? And then no, like a collective no. Jeez, it just got so dark in here so fast.
Okay,
Sun.
got him. Okay, I was like trying to find dry brush paints. Okay.
Oh, you're using the dedicated dry brush paints. Good stuff. Good stuff.
No, so I'm real basic. So like I painted this one purple, and I'm gonna dry brush this one light purple.
I like it.
But I don't have a dry brush paint that's like red.
I mean, you could always like use your regular paints and then just wipe the excess off on a paper towel.
Well, that's a good idea.
That's typically what I myself do, but I mean, you do what makes you happy, right? You know.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But Call of Cthulhu was so much fun. I told my husband next time I won't be a dumb girl. I'll be someone very smart. and because I did have to end up flirting with people to distract the librarian so the professor and the architect could go check out the rare books and that stuff. And I was like, I'm only doing it because my character would do it. Like, it's okay.
I mean, there's a lot of ways. Maybe you could try to coax them with money. Be like, hey, do you want to make a lot of money? Hey, go over there, or whatever's on the fly.
Yeah. Doesn't online and found an actress that was from Berlin, working in Berlin at the time. So my character was a real person.
That's cool. I like that.
And she had been a child star. So I approached a couple of people saying, hey, have you ever seen any of my movies? And that got me a little bit with some people.
That's clever.
Which was pretty fun.
See, that's super fun. That's super fun. All right.
But yeah, there was some messed up stuff. Like, this one lady approached me, and the DM was like, yeah, she it's the same lady that ran into you yesterday, but her face is different. And so then I start asking her about it, and she's like, oh yeah, I just cut people's faces off and put them over my face.
Whoa.
And I'm like, hold on a second.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
And yeah, she's like, I can show you how to do that. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like,
jeez. Yeah, that's appropriate. Yeah. No. Okay. Am I liking this? I don't know. I don't know yet.
What actress did you base the character on? Maybe I know her. The actress was Lonnie. Her name was Lonnie. I'm gonna do a Google. So, actress.
Oh, 1 second. Kitty, you're okay.
Lonnie Hess?
You're okay, Kitty. No. Here. Yeah. You got an itchy head? Yeah. Here. Let me scratch that itch for you. Hold up. There you go. Yeah. Poor little kitty's got a scratchy head.
Well, the character was a silent film star, because I guess if you were in Berlin, they didn't get talkies until later.
Yeah, because were you guys playing like 50s, 70s?
The 1930s.
Why did I say 70s? 20s is what I meant. So 1930s. Okay,
yeah. 1930s in Berlin, and I'll have to look later. I don't know where my character card thing is. And then another guy was a brown shirt.
Oh, geez.
And then my husband gave me an inside scoop on him. He's like, oh yeah, every time we have a campaign, he always murders us. Like, always. I was like, really? I was like, okay, well, I'll definitely sacrifice him to the witch coven. I can do that. But he never turned on us.
Well, never had a chance.
No, he also never had a chance to turn on us. That's right.
Because Jenny killed him.
I needed to join that witches coven, and then I almost, okay, so then there's this really weird part. I got like messed. I went to a seance, and it was a weird part, and I got all messed up in the head, and I ran out of the seance, and I was running down the street. Oh, Bone Shooter, what's up? I was running down the street, and then the DM's like, where are you running to? And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. Maybe I'm running to the brothel to go talk to that lady that wanted me to join and be in the witches coven with her. And then he's like, okay, you get there, and then you hear some screams upstairs, and then I actually in real life got real scared, and I got chills, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah. I mean, role-playing games are so wild that way, right? Like they can really make you feel real emotions. I love them so much for that. Like it's because when we
Uh,
because here's a great example, right? Because when we're talking about this, we're not saying my character did blah, my character did this, I went there, I experienced that, I ran away, right? Like that's how like we end up like talking about it like in later in communication. I think role playing games are the coolest thing because of that.
so crazy. I've been listening to this podcast
Ooh, do tell.
called Cthulhu and Friends.
Cthulhu and Friends.
Cthulhu and have you heard of it?
No, I have not. I just like the name.
It's so nice. Like, that's really. I was trying to like cram in as much of it as I could before we were playing, and now I'm just addicted to this podcast. They do it's really good. I recommend it. I'm not going to say anything else about it because there'll be spoilers happening.
So is it like a group of people who are playing it and like it's the recording of them playing?
Yes, and it's very professionally done.
Nice.
And they'll have some different voice actors. It's through Geekling, I think is the website it's through, but it's on all like what? Geekly Inc. Oh my god. That was from really far away in the house.
You got a good mic.
Anyone here listen to Ken and Robin talk about stuff? No. What, Bone Shooter, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? What were you painting? I'm co-streaming with Mellow Minis.
Hey, Bone Shooter,
Can
how's
you
it going?
even?
Can you even? You too can co-stream with me by messaging me or trying to talk to me. Please talk to me. I'm very lonely.
It's a lonely life what we do.
Oh man, okay. So actually, talking about lonely life, like I was mentioning earlier, like I absolutely started streaming just to freaking spend time with some friends because like like the lockdown's very real, right? Like it affects you like socially. And I was like, I can spend the time I paint with the camera in front of me, and I can talk with my friends, and that'll help me get by, right? Oh, I got a follow. Thank you, Dark Washu. And then like actual people started coming in and hanging out, and I was like, oh, hello, people. Oh, maybe I should try a little harder.
No, don't let them bully you around. You do whatever you want. Chance 80, thank you so much for the follow or for the sub. That's 10 months of subscription.
Whoa.
And 14 months, 14 years of being married.
How long have you been streaming for, Jenny?
10 months. No, 11 months.
Oh.
Yeah, 11 months.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It'll be, I think it was rough at the beginning.
It kind of is, yeah. Especially like when like you don't have like the equipment that maybe starting off like makes things a bit easier later on.
Yeah.
But
And then I started streaming because I was used to going to work every day and talking to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
So I started streaming just to have people to talk to, but I was streaming like video games and stuff. And then I finally, after we started painting Warhammer, I started streaming that. Yes, and Bone Shooter found me. Bone Shooter did find me, and he was like, no, Jenny, you have to do it this way. I was like, no, yeah, you're right.
Good stuff. No, it's
How
really nice
excited-
for that. Oh, no, go on.
No, there was a message. How excited about the new orcs are you?
I really like the Pain Boss. I really like the Pain Boss. I know he's a little spookier looking than some of the other silly orcs, but I really like the Pain Boss.
I like all of them, but I tried not to look at them that much just because yesterday the Age of Sigmar Deepkin guys came out and I fell in love with them. And I was like, oh my god, there's a crab, you guys. Did you see the crab?
I have not seen the crab.
Oh my god. There's a crab and like a goldfish.
Is it goldfish?
There's a goldfish. I have a start collecting Deepkin box over there that I've told myself I will not open it or work on it until I get all my orcs done.
Yeah, go for it,
I'm
Dark
okay.
Washu. If you wanna share the multi-stream, here.
Dark Washu! Oh my god, she put a crab in there.
There you go.
That's really...
Remember a clock tower counting. I do not know which board game that one would be there, Agusaku. I do not know.
I just remember a clock tower counting.
Yeah, in regards to like the Call of Cthulhu board game they were playing. That was super duper hard.
Have you played Arkham Horror before?
I did. I could not stand it.
Really?
If I had a choice, I would play Eldritch Horror instead. So the reason why is because Eldritch Horror is a little bit more achievable, whereas like Arkham Horror, there's like a card where you just pick up and it's like your character dies. That's it. It's just like you just drew bad and your character is dead now. And I was like,
Oh, that's
no,
crazy.
I am not a fan of that. You know, if I'm gonna die, at least let it be because like I, progressively luck worked against me, not just like, hey, you lose. The game is over for you. You are dead. I was like, no, I don't. It's not how I want to die.
We have it, but we never played it.
Yeah.
Austin was he was still young, and we had dropped him off at my mom's house, which is a big to do because we had to drive like 8 hours. So we drop off at my mom's house. We go for like a weekend away in a hotel. We bring all of our board games, and then we bust out Arkham Horror. We're like, we're going to play this. And then like after like an hour and a half of setting it up, we're like, we're going to not play this so that we can not ruin our whole weekend. Trying to figure out how to play this game.
Understand that feeling too well. Too well. But I totally admire the like bravado of like you're going away, babysitting. You and me, board games. I'm just like, oh man, that's so cool. Let's see here.
That's just shoddy game. Oh, Jerk Cola says dying from a card draw is shoddy game design.
It is. It absolutely is. Which is why whenever anyone is like Arkham Horror, I'm like, no. It's like imagine if like you're playing Mario and you're just walking and there's no Koopa, there's nothing, and Mario just drops over dead, just keels over, died of a heart attack, and it's like you got the 1 in 60 chance of Mario just dying every second. And it's like, what? No. That's terrible. No one would play Mario, right? Yeah. There's got to be like risk and reward and stuff to it. And that's, man, if we get into game design, I'm going to go on for a long time. So I'm not going to do it.
Oh my gosh. Jerk Cola. I mean, Joshy Josh, someone give me a link.
Just take out the card.
I didn't look at him.
That's true.
I'm going to look at him.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Okay, here they are.
You could always just
Okay.
remove that card and just tear it up and be like, never. If you want, yeah.